This is chicken salt. It is a seasoning staple in Australia. They use this on everything, including French fries, potato chips, and several other things. But most importantly, steaks. I was told by all my subscribers that this makes steaks taste better. So much better that it makes MSG look bad. And I was even told that this is the actual MSG of Australia. Supposedly, it makes everything better, even vegetables. And if that's the case, we have to give it a try. But in order to do so, the first thing we need is some steaks. And for today's experiment, I got these. As you can clearly see, these are not prime steaks. They are choice. However, they are 1.5 inches thick, and it is perfect for this experiment because if the Australian MSG improves any of them, we're really gonna have an accurate result here. Now, since I have 3 of them, this is how this experiment is gonna go down. I first season all of them with a good amount of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Once that was done, one of them I'm going to reserve, as the second one will be our control. The third one, I'll be making a compound butter. I just got 2 sticks of butter that are room temperature, added a generous amount of the Australian MSG, mixed that all up until everything was fully combined, and there we have it. Nice and simple chicken salt compound butter. We'll be adding this to the steak later on, because remember the one that I reserved? This one is gonna get a generous amount of the Australian chicken salt. The more, the better. I wanna make sure that we really feel this flavor, because if this really improves the steak, we are definitely gonna know. So I continue to make sure that every single edge of this had a perfect season with it, because once it was fully seasoned, I realized that this is salt, so it might be a little bit too much. So I went ahead and removed all of the unnecessary excess. As once that was done, into the bag it goes to cook sous vide. Vacuum sealed it, and it is now ready for sous vide. I'll be cooking all of them in the same container at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. This will cook them to perfection. And as that was happening, it was perfect because it allowed me time to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. And this one is also from Australia. It is what they like to call meat pie. Oh yes. Surprisingly, to make it, it's not that complicated. Let me show you. The first thing to do is to cook up some meat. I went with little cubes of filet mignon. You want to add all-purpose flour, followed by salt and black pepper. Mix it all up to make sure they got a nice coating. Toss them if necessary, because this is what you're looking for. As next, you want to add some oil into a pan and start to cook them. The key here is to get a nice golden brown color on them. The flour will do 2 things. Help get a nice color quickly, but most importantly, it will also thicken up the gravy which will go inside of the pie. Because once they got a nice color, I immediately moved them and put it aside. Because then I threw in some onions, followed by garlic, and mixed it all up until I can deglaze the pan. And as you can clearly see, we start getting a nice beautiful color. Then I added some dark soy sauce, followed by tomato paste, and a few bay leaves. Mix it all up and combine everything together. As then you want to go ahead and add some bone broth. Mix it all up and deglaze the pan once again. Once you have done so, you want to throw your meats right back in. Now you want to mix and make sure everything is fully coated with the sauce. As in the end, check it out. That's what you're looking for. Next step, to get some dough. I'm using puff pastry, which makes things a lot easier. And you can find it in any frozen aisle in your supermarket. So you want to go ahead and cut it to size. Then you want to grab a muffin pan, spray it with some oil, lay down a layer of puff pastry, cut out any unnecessary excess, and go ahead and add a generous amount of the filling. Make sure to be generous with it. It's one of those things that you really want to pack it up. Then you want to go ahead and cover it up with some puff pastry, remove the excess, go ahead and seal the whole thing up with a fork, make a tiny hole so the steam can come out, quickly brush it with an egg wash, and into the oven it goes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Because after about 20 minutes, check it out. Nicely golden brown, which is exactly what you're looking for. The only thing left to do is to remove them and plate it up. To bring some sweetness, I went ahead and threw in some powdered sugar, and to keep it healthy, some chives. And that is today's side dish. I have a feeling this is going to be fantastic. Because remember, this is only the side dish. We still have our chicken salt steak experiment. Talking about that, by now they were fully cooked. So I went ahead and removed them from the bag, pat them dry really good, and like always, as soon as they come out of the sous vide, they don't look that great. But we're gonna fix that right now, as I know my steaks don't look that good. But watch this. All right, everybody, in here we got our beautiful steak with a nice little side dish today, gentlemen. What do you guys think?
It's a beautiful presentation on that side dish. Google, what's going on there?
I know, kind of look like a little dessert.
Is it dessert?
Me and desserts, we don't get along, everybody, so it's not dessert, okay? So it's just to trick your mind. So check it out, we got some beautiful steaks over here today. We are actually testing one of our subscriber suggestion, which has been putting on the comments non-stop, and I appreciate that. So today is all about the flavor. I want to know if it tastes better, if it tastes worse. Enough talking, let's begin. Dig in. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. I know we say the same thing every video for sous vide, but it's the best way to cook a steak.
I agree. That is our control. I want to know if it's going to go up from here or down. Let's go do the next one. Please dig in, gentlemen. Let's go. Notice this one has a very thick thing on the top.
Yeah, this is like, it's like yellowish.
Don't say it like that. Just say it has something on the top. You don't gotta say thick on top.
Nice, thick. Let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This one tastes like a little bit richer, but it's also like savory. There's something going on here.
More flavor.
Yeah, I like this one.
It feels, like Leo said, richer, almost more buttery.
Fair
I feel like it
enough.
has an MSG effect.
Yes. And by the way, this is the Australian MSG experiment.
I'll tell you what, this is a hell of a lot better than Vegemite. I
Yes.
prefer this any day.
100%. I agree. I'm surprised you guys put this thing on all of your food because it tastes amazing.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry, you're gonna find out what it is real shortly. But let's dig into this one here, yeah?
The dessert?
The dessert. So what this is an Australian meat pie. I hope I did it justice, everybody.
Does this have Vegemite in it?
Maybe. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, I like this dessert.
Not sweet because of the powdered sugar either.
I feel like it's the sauce that's coating the meat inside has a little bit of a sweetness to it.
But you still get like a delicious beefy flavor from it, and I love how flaky and fluffy the pastry on this is. Bro, this is good.
It is delicious, everybody. I really enjoy the savoriness and sweetness that goes along together.
I love it.
All right, enough. Let's try it on the next steak. Please dig in, guys. I want to know.
The crust is also looking very different.
In a good way or in a bad way?
We're about to find out.
All right. Well, we're about to find out right now how it tastes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Whoa.
That crust is very powerful.
Oh, yeah.
I don't taste as much beef. I just taste this pure seasoning. It's just like, it's not steak.
It kills the flavor of the beef.
Not bad, but extremely strong.
I like the second one better. I do think there is such thing as over seasoning your steak and it being too much. This is teetering on that line for me.
I think the best one was the second one. How about you?
I kind of like that last one.
Wow, he likes to say he likes a lot of salt on his steaks, everybody.
But this second one was best.
By the way, this is something that Australians call chicken salt.
Wait, what?
Chicken salt, yeah. Shout out to all the Australians out there. Thank you for the suggestion. It reminds me of instant ramen seasoning powder.
I can see
Yes.
The chicken flavor one. I grew up eating those things, so there's nothing wrong with it for me. But those are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.